Within the last few hours, military vehicles, including tanks, have been seen on the outskirts of Donetsk, the capital of one of the breakaway regions of eastern Ukraine. In an address on state TV in Moscow last night, President Putin announced that he was recognizing the breakaway regions as independent states. Our security and defence editor, Deborah Haynes, joining us now live from the Ukrainian capital of Kiev. Hello to you, Deborah. Good morning. How is this being viewed in Ukraine today?
With fear and concern. Events yesterday unfolded so quickly. You'll remember it started with hopes of diplomacy led by France's president and ended, like you said, with tanks rolling into separatist-held parts of Ukraine after the Russian president, having convened a National Security Council, which was broadcast on television, this incredible theatre, deciding that he was going to recognise these two breakaway regions that have been under the control of Russia-backed separatists for the past 8 years, effectively shredding 8 years of diplomatic efforts to try to resolve this crisis through negotiation, turning his back on what's known as the Minsk Accords and putting his troops into that territory, saying that they're there as peacekeepers and building on this false narrative that has been generated over the past few days in particular, that the Ukrainian government poses a threat to civilians living in that area. That's simply not true, say the Ukrainian government. But despite that, we saw those images, didn't we, of civilians being evacuated out of the separatist-held parts of Luhansk and Donetsk over the last few days, and now these Russian forces, supposedly peacekeepers, moving in. All of this watched on in horror by the rest of the country, and the big concern being that should Russia accuse Ukraine of launching shells against its troops in that area, even if that's not true, then that could be the trigger for a wide-scale invasion.